World Records, the pinnacle of human achievement. A documentation of what the boundaries of humanity is. With that comes fierce competition, and when you do actually achieve that world record, you get that beautiful plaque and the recognition that you are the best in the world. And, unsurprisingly, since Lego's the biggest toy company in the world, there are a bunch of Lego world records. And some of them are, let's just say, much more impressive than others. The first thing I want to talk about are 3 world records. Specifically, the ones for building the Titanic, the Colosseum, and the Millennium Falcon the fastest. And the one thing that they all have in common is that they're all held by one guy. This guy called All New Bricks. You might know him, he has a very famous YouTube channel. And this is where the first problem comes in. Because it's not often that a person can call themselves a 3-time world record holder. People often have to train many years and just to have a chance of getting a world record, while this guy just strolls in, just does a time-lapse build basically, and gets a world record. And the core reason behind this is because, in the grand scheme of things, people don't care. People don't have the time and money to spend to try to get a world record like this. Now, what do I mean exactly? Firstly, because the fact that this is such a huge set already means that the vast majority of people are not going to buy these kind of sets. And second of all, and more importantly, in order to submit a new application for a world record, it can take up to like $800 for just an application. Right? And most people are not going to spend that kind of money just so that they can compete in this kind of like pointless thing. So this means that when you're watching a video with 5 million views on a Lego world record and you're congratulating him, you're not congratulating him for anything other than the fact that he spent like $2,000 just so that he can say that he's a world record holder. Because although I trust that he's definitely an above average Lego builder, in no way is he probably the best in the world. Because just because he is only one that's willing to shell out this kind of money doesn't mean that he is the best, right? And this is why this brings me to the second issue. Because it seems like this guy trying to do these world records for the sake of doing it, for the sake of that title. Because as you can hear from himself, he literally says that he's trying to go for 5 world records. It's like no normal person would just say that. Looking at all these sets, it seems like there's no specific guidelines as to what will be categorized as like a separate world record, right? Like, why does the Titanic need to be its own specific category? It has no reason other than the fact that it is a big set, right? Because it's neither the most amount of pieces or like the most expensive. And if he was to get to this goal of 5 world records, then they can't all be the biggest set, right? Then at one point, some sets are just going to be smaller than others. So there's no guideline other than the fact that they're all quote-unquote big sets, right? So this means that, hypothetically, if I had the money, I could go out and get like the Star Destroyer, the world map, and just build it by myself, and then just submit it to Guinness Book of World Records, and then just get a new world record myself, right? I could do that. And anyone could do that if they put in the money to do so. And at the end of the day, all these records just seem pointless because, first of all, he's the only one that does it. And second of all you need is money and you can get as many world records as you want. To be honest, props to him, right? He has found a way to exploit the system so that he's able to get a world record. But this video is not on why this guy specifically is bad, but it's on the stupidity of Guinness Book of World Records and allowing these kind of records to go through. So now that we've finished talking about this specific case of Lego World Records, let's go on to another video which showcases all the best Lego World Records. So I'll expect this one to be a lot better, alright? Now immediately, not even a minute in, we already see one of the most outrageous categories that could even be called a world record. It is the record for the largest Lego brick sculpture of Notre Dame. Not just any cathedral in general, but specifically Notre Dame. Of course, this build is extremely impressive, and that doesn't take away from that fact, but it's just the fact that why does this category even exist in the first place? Like, who else in the world is gonna try to compete with this and build another Notre Dame that's like even larger than this? Like, who's gonna spend that time to do that? I'm not sure anyone else would want to do that. So what's the point of giving them a plaque and saying, after this fierce competition, I can definitively say that you are the best in the world for building in Notre Dame. Like, what? That makes no sense. And the next one is the record of the largest brick caravan. Not a house, not a vehicle, but a caravan. Like, if it was just a house, then that would make more sense because there's many different attempts of building the largest Lego house, right? And there's also a bunch of different attempts for building the largest Lego car, for example. But I've never seen anyone else in the world try to make a Lego caravan. So it just seems redundant to have this complete different category just for a caravan. Like, that just seems super specific for no reason at all. And next, we have the largest layout of Lego Star Wars minifigures. Not just any figure in general, but Star Wars minifigures. And of course, the record goes to the Lego group themselves. The ones who create thousands of these on a daily basis. Of course, they're the one that holds the record. And it's over 36,000. So who else is going to compete with this? I don't know. So it's just like one corporation congratulated another corporation. Wow. And this one is probably the most laughable one yet. The largest interlocking plastic brick beehive. A beehive, bro. Who the hell asked for this? Who built beehives out of Lego on a daily basis? Who does this? Why does this exist? Please, give me answers, please. And this next one, okay? This next one is the best one yet, alright? It's the most brick castles built in 1 minute. And if you just look at those castles, I mean, wow, the resemblance, it's almost uncanny. Instead of spending $400 on a actual Lego castle, why not just get 5 pieces and build one of these yourself? Just 4 yellow bricks and 1 pink one. Yes, that's definitely what a castle looks like. This is definitely the pinnacle of human achievement. And this next one, as long as you have enough money, you can definitely break this one. It's the most carriages in a toy train. And the record, of course, is 69. So if you just want to go out and buy a bunch of these $200 trains, then obviously, voila, you got a world record. And finally, to top it all off, it's the largest Lego Mammoth. Not the largest animal, not the largest elephant, but the largest mammoth. In conclusion, Guinness Book of World Records only care about money, and I'm gonna go build a beehive.